Low tide means steep ramps.
Yes, it does. You can tell me we had to mountain climb before we got here.
Yeah, sorry.
Last time we were able to drive right up.
That's right. It's a pretty steep angle. Beautiful day though. It was glassy yesterday. And a little chilly early this morning, but beautiful sunshiny day. Just waiting on our captain. So we are returning from our 2020 coastal black bear hunt in Alaska, and unfortunately we did not get a black bear between the two of us.
Nope.
But we did get some excitement. It was a good trip, and I always like to say, you know, that's why they call it hunting, not killing. If every hunter limited out every time, there wouldn't be as much animals for the rest of people to enjoy. So I'm fine with not getting anything. I would have been very disappointed and unhappy if we didn't at least see something. I will say that. So we did camp for 3 nights had a lot of supplies. We overpacked. This whole truck was full of stuff. But and we took a boat ride across Kachemak Bay into the state park, and I would have liked to barge this truck over and stay in the tent camp. That would have been comfortable, but we had cots and tents and had a propane heater. It was comfortable, but basically what happened is there's a bigger, Chuck missed, and I blew my shot. I tried to get closer to a bear. It was probably the same bear, but I should have taken a 350-yard shot. I decided to get closer, and by doing that, I spooked him, and he just went in the woods, and then Chuck saw him later. So the problem is there was a lot more snowfall this year. So last
colder.
Yeah, it was a lot colder. Last year during Memorial Day weekend, it was warmer. There was more greens for the bears to munch on. Some of the bears are still working their way down the mountains right now. There's not as many bears on the beach. So we have this spot where we hunt over a lagoon, and the bears come out and eat the grass. And this time we only saw one bear do that. Chuck was out walking the trails. A bear came out on the beach. I had my son with the camera. We tried to get a stock on him, and I should have taken the shot. I'm kicking myself for not doing that. But we went back down onto the beach, crunching loud on the rocks. Probably heard us. By the time I popped up, he just went to the tree line. Interestingly enough, Chuck ran into that same bear, and the reason I believe it's the same bear is because it looked like a smaller male, probably a yearling. It was by itself. Wasn't a sow with cubs.
This is a Chuck baby bear?
Chuck baby bear. I was willing to take a small. I don't care. I'm happy to get a bear. I don't care if it's smaller. So
I needed the meat, so.
Yeah, I would have liked the meat too. So then tell us what happened when you saw it, Chuck.
Well, I was walking down the trail as I saw on my video, and all of a sudden I heard this whoof, and then this like almost like an eastern gray squirrel, but louder. It just goes at you. For those of you who live back east, and but it's louder, and I heard some crashing in there, and so I decided I'd go in after it when it settled down, and I went back in there a ways. I'm crunching and cracking through the woods. I'm thinking a 99% chance I scared this bear off. Well, every time I think that, I hear something crack again, a stick or something. I go over towards it, and eventually I got to where there's this big clump of trees between me and it, and it did the squirrel thing at me again, the half growl, half squirrel thing, and I sneaked around and tried to get tried to get a shot, and I got a shot off, but I think even the big 338 it's a very thick brush. I cut my hand all to pieces trying to find blood trail on the Devil's Club brush and all that kind of stuff, and I was just trying to find it, and we never found a drop of blood. We thought something might have been blood, but it just looked like dried leaf to me.
To me, it looked like a dried drop of blood, but it was just a single drop, and that's the only one I found.
There was nothing, and I think it was because it was so close. My rifle sighted in for 100 yards, and it was only at 15 yards or less that the drop in my bullet was just, not there. I can't say it right. Edit all that out. Anyway, it just wasn't there. I think I hit the log below him. Stupid, idiotic mistake I've made before, and should be able to know that, hey, I need to aim at the top of his back to hit the middle of his back at that distance, because there's at 15 yards the 338 Win Mag, there's 6 feet or 6 inches difference, maybe 5, maybe 4, I don't know exactly. So it's kind of hard to tell. I should have aimed at the head. I had a headshot, and that would have been nice, but it wasn't much bigger than that one that everybody gives me crap for, that I've missed 7 times, or shot at 7 times and hit 3 or 4 times, but he still kept crawling off. And so he wasn't much bigger than that bear, and just not impressed with the bear's size over in there. So hopefully we'll find a bigger one.
Yeah, we're going to go to a different spot next year. But that's okay. We're still going to be bear hunting basically all summer. I mean, you can hunt bears all summer, and then fall time is a good time to hunt bears too. So I think we'll still get bears. We've got some other hunts planned, but a little disappointing, but at least we got some excitement. And
the hike back to the glacier, though.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I did it on on Thursday, and you did it on Friday.
Yeah.
And it was a little rainy when I did it, but to see those big old icebergs in the middle of the lake, like something you see when you're watching the Alaska shows, was pretty cool. I hadn't actually seen that yet before, so
yeah, it was still a fun trip. Things like that made it nice. So.
Yeah, and the last day there was tons of hikers on the trail, but I did sit down on that trail and see that cub. You know, it kind of was colored like a porcupine, but it was walking on all fours like a bear, not waddling around. So I'm pretty sure it was a cub back in there. It had dark on his paws, and it was a little bit lighter on it. It could have been a brown bear cub for all I know, but I didn't. I'm pretty sure it was only black bear in there, but because black bear have different colors, they're not all black. Some of them are almost blue, some are blonde. I've seen a blonde black bear before.
So didn't get anything, but that's okay. We're going to keep trying. So it's a wrap for our 2020 coastal black bear hunt. Thanks for watching.